Hello, I'm Dr. Call, and I'm a diabetes specialist. I have a PhD where I research diabetic kidney disease, and my first postdoc was studying the impact of insulin resistance on whether somebody does or does not develop diabetes, particularly in the context of obesity. I currently work on the impact of metabolism in breast cancer, especially from the point of view of the innate immune system or macrophages, which is an extremely interesting area. But for reasons personal to me, I've always cared a great deal about diabetes education and information. And while it is a largely spreading disease and by all means a preventable one for a large proportion of people, it's highly mystified. It's a condition that most people don't fully appreciate or understand, and often because of the misunderstanding they are misguided, and they're led to doing things, spending money, consuming medication or food that just isn't appropriate for them. I must clarify that I'm not a formal diabetes educator. I'm not a certified one. Everything I know about diabetes comes from my research work, which included human patient samples. And I fully understand the implications of long-term diabetes and poor blood glucose control in long-term complications that come from diabetes, namely the kidney disease, eye disease, neuropathy. To some extent, it overlaps with cancer as well. So, if you'd like to have a conversation about something about diabetes, something very specific that you need to know, then usually I'm fairly willing to have a discussion. I also have a pretty good understanding of the pathogenesis of diabetes in individuals based off of their individual backgrounds, so I can help people understand the diagnosis a lot better, and it is something I've helped some individuals do in the past. Lately, another thought that I've been going through in my mind is that the fact that as scientists we're not often trained to give back to society. I mean, I know that science is a very noble profession in many ways, and a lot of people will consider a scientist somebody that they can trust, but unfortunately you don't often meet the avid scientist who will give you a little piece of advice about whatever disease it is that they're studying. And I would like to change that trend a little bit. I would really like for people to have a better opportunity to understand and demystify conditions that can otherwise cost them. But worse than cost, it can cause health conditions which could be long-lasting. So again, if you'd like to know more, then please feel free to email in the link in the email address given in description. But like I was saying, with science being one of those fields that I think not enough of my peers have the opportunity to come out and speak about the work we do, and to make it accessible to people who really are affected. I feel like it's important to remember that it's everybody's job to make a place better than we first found it in, whether that is a neighborhood or a lab or Earth. I think it's important for us as a community, as individuals, to serve the broader goals. And so I strongly believe in being able to help wherever I can. And again, I'm usually very good at specific questions. So if you'd like to know something about diabetes, I'm usually happy to answer. Many years ago, I'd started something around facts that led up to World Diabetes Awareness Day, which is the 14th of November. So feel free to look through both my Instagram page or my YouTube channel to see more of the podcasts and content that we have covered. I've been very lucky to be able to speak with some experts who've shared their insights as well, and I think there's a lot of interesting information and knowledge in those places. So please start with that and reach out if you'd like to know more, or if you could suggest somebody I could speak to and collaborate with. But in the meantime, remember that let's try and make the earth a better place if we fund it in. And thank you for staying with me.